A light plane has crashed at the Oaks Recreational Airport southwest of Sydney. The aircraft hitting trees and ending upside down at the southern end of the runway. The male pilot suffered a hand injury and made his own way to hospital. A male student pilot was not injured. Camden police officers and firefighters are at the crash site. To the state election now, and vote counting has resumed for the lower house, but it could be weeks before a final result is known. 3 seats remain up in the air, with Labor still one short of forming a majority government. Serena Andaloro has more.
Well, it's looking likely that Chris Minns will govern in minority. The new government today taking stock of the issues it has inherited. Deputy Premier Prue Carr was at Penrith Public School today serving up breakfast to students, promising Labor will deliver on its election commitments, like expanding the school breakfast program to include 1,000 disadvantaged schools. Other issues like the trains network, however, will be much harder to fix.
We've already started getting briefings from the department on what we can immediately do.
Minister, how would you describe the state of the train system you've inherited?
Well, it's clear that it's failing passengers. We've faced cancellations and delays. In fact, under the former Liberal government, passengers were left stranded on platforms.
And one of Labor's key ideas to improve the classroom has been discredited. Telco's warning prison-style phone jamming technology should not be used in schools, as it could disrupt service for nearby homes. The vote continues. Labor has 46 seats so far, one short of a majority, but as counting continues, there are 3 seats still too close to call: Goulburn, Holsworthy and Terrigal. As it stands, the new government would need to negotiate with the Greens in order to pass laws, as well as key independents like Alex Greenwich and Greg Piper. In the coalition camp, phones are ringing hot and support is being gauged as the party weighs up who will become the next opposition leader.
Attorney General Mark Dreyfus has introduced the Indigenous Voice Referendum Bill to the lower house, with a proposed question will be asked to vote on. It also details the 3 sentences to be included in the Constitution.
Mr. Speaker, it is a time for a different approach. It is a time to open a new chapter. It is time to listen.
The referendum could be held as early as October. A candlelit vigil has been held to honour the 6 people killed in a school shooting in Nashville. House Democrats are pushing for gun control, calling on their Republican colleagues to stand up to the NRA. US correspondent David Woywood reports.
As Nashville reels from the confronting and dramatic images of armed officers storming this school,
we don't know where he is. Metro Police, open the door!
And shooting dead a classroom killer who'd taken 6 lives.
Stop moving! Stop moving!
A judge here in Tennessee has quietly paved the way to make it easier for residents to get access to more weapons.
The struggle is against evil itself.
Here, 18-year-olds can now carry handguns without a permit. That's down from 21. The governor supports it, but isn't publicly backing it right now.
There will come a time to ask how a person could do this. There will come a time to discuss and debate policy.
Democrats disagree. The fight reignited in the Capitol.
As Americans, demanding that House Republicans put people over politics and put kids over guns.
At the gates of America's latest atrocity, fury and demands for change.
Hopefully show the senators and the people in power that we want something to happen. We can't keep losing people to gun violence.
Tennessee has no red flag laws, meaning those posing a danger to themselves and others can freely arm themselves. Audrey Hale at one point owned 7 high-powered weapons. She was under doctor's care when she blew out the doors of this school and went on her murder spree. Still, lawmakers here in this state say more school security is the answer.
A key piece of Sydney's history is about to be unlocked for this year's Vivid Festival. For the first time, people will be able to explore the abandoned railway tunnels underneath Wynyard Station in a one-of-a-kind exhibition. Tom Hartley has the details.
Well, this is a place that hundreds of thousands of people would walk past every week, but very few have ever been inside, or at least not recently. It was once a car park, once a bomb shelter, but initially designed to be a railway tunnel that was never used. It is a secret part of Sydney that we've finally been able to see.
Richard. How you doing?
Tom, nice to meet you.
You too. Come for a ride.
Let's roll.
This is one of the original tram tunnels built about 100 years ago, and it led up from the Wynyard platforms all the way up onto the eastern side of the Harbour Bridge. So
you can still hear trains going past.
Absolutely. I think it adds to the whole experience. It's just like thundering through every few minutes.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So we've got 60 huge LED archways in here with a massive mirror at the end, so it's going to look like the content just goes on and on and on for miles. Come through this little passage.
It's old.
Absolutely, through the sandstone. And then this
Wow.
room's called Unseen, so obviously not seeable now, but 200 huge inflatable balls, all hanging from the roof, they're in the floor, and then there's a big special moment in the music where all the lights change, it'll go to ultraviolet lighting, and there's a big surprise in here where the whole room just transforms in front of you.
Oh, wow. I mean, a lot of people would probably lose sense of time and place and space in here, right?
Yep.
It's just going to be...
We're calling it a labyrinth. Like it's a bit of a maze in here, and really want to mess with people's sense of direction and what have you, and just completely immerse them.
The beauty of this place and being so deep underground is that no matter what time of day it is, it's always dark. So for that reason, this installation will start the earliest out of all of them at midday.
Thank you, Tom. Every year, more than 1,000 Australians living with blood cancer are desperately looking for a stem cell donor. Now, a new program has been set up to help them do just that. As Sarah Jones explains, it's a simple cheek swab that can be done from the comfort of your home.
Australians living with blood cancer are being given new hope today through an initiative. Here to tell me all about it is Lisa Smith from the Bone Marrow Donor Registry. Lisa, thank you for your time. Talk us through the new program.
So today we are appealing to young Australians to let them know that the cure for someone's blood cancer lies literally within them. It has never been easier to join the registry than today as we launch online Strength to Give campaign, so people can simply sign up online and receive a cheek swab kit in the mail, where you simply swab your cheeks, pop the swabs into an envelope and return it to the registry.
So Lisa, for people that are watching at home, how does the cheek swab work and how are they helping people living with blood cancer?
The cure for someone's blood cancer lies literally within you. So the process of donating your stem cells is that firstly we find a patient who is a perfect match for your immune system, and then it is a simple process of sitting in a chair over the course of a few hours where those cells are filtered out of your blood and given to this patient.
How will this help Australia's donor pool?
So we hope to increase the size of the donor pool by reducing the barriers to joining, and this is such a simple method of joining. Australia has lagged behind the rest of the world in the size of its donor pool. In fact, our donor pool has been shrinking over the past decade or more, and it is also too small and frankly too old. We need young donors because they give a better clinical outcome for patients. And it was fantastic news for us when the Federal Health Minister stood up in Parliament and acknowledged that Australia's donor pool was too small and that we had been lagging behind in the way that we recruit our donors, and he vowed to cut through the bureaucratic red tape to allow us to increase the size of the donor pool.
Lisa, thank you for your time. Back to you.